Thank you for checking out my content. If you liked what you heard, reach me on Fiverr, where I can make your project sound great. I do voiceovers on any video content of your choice. With a quick response time and high quality audio, I'm certain to set you up for success. Chill Out Records on Fiverr. What's up, my people? I hope you're having a fantastic week. I hope you've had a fantastic week. I'm your host, SG. Today, we've got a special guest coming in. So, really looking forward to checking out this guy, Leo KILEL. He's going to be joining us very shortly in like a couple of minutes now. And today's session is just going to be about the SSK and what the SSK is all about. And really looking forward to having this conversation with Leo today, man. So yeah, let's get started. So let me join the Google Meet, and hopefully we can get the show on the road. All right. So if you guys have whoever's watching, if you have any difficulty hearing Leo or myself, do let me know. Hello. Can you hear me, Leo?
Sorry, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can see you and hear you. So give me 1 second. I'm going to minimize my video so that we can get you on live. 1 second here. Share the screen. There we go.
Yo.
Fantastic. Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Oh, nice, man. Dude, it's been a long time, man. It's really good to be in contact.
My camera is not HD. I'm on VG or something.
Yeah, I think if you go to settings, you should be able to select your video resolution. So like you can select high definition. Well, 720 is the highest resolution they can support.
Okay, let me just do that quickly.
All right, nice.
Wait. More options.
So let me double check that your audio is fine.
Where is this? Where's that setting?
So okay, can you? I don't know if you can see my screen.
I'm there, and then settings.
Yeah, settings, and then go to video. Select video on the left, and then select send resolution.
Send resolution. High. Receive. I also want to receive a high one. Okay.
I think you look fine. I can see you pretty clearly.
Yeah, that's good now. I think I'm okay.
Nice one. So tell me, man.
Wagwan, what's up? Papariako, hello. Good afternoon. I think we're both in the afternoon. I just checked. You're 2 hours behind me.
Yeah, it's 12:30 over here in the UK, man. How's everything on your side, man? How's family? How's friends? Everyone, man. How's life in Finland?
Family is okay. I am okay. The weather is now like going towards the winter. We're in fall or autumn. How do they call it? The leaves are literally falling. That's why I think they call it fall. Because all the leaves
are all falling.
The leaves are falling.
Does it feel like the scenery changes, like color, like the trees become yellowish?
Wow, it's like a filter has been applied on nature, honestly.
Wow.
You have the trees suddenly were green, and then in like 2 weeks you just see them fade. And it's like the fade continues to grow per day until once on max fade, they all fall from the tree. And then the tree just sleeps or does something for a while until spring.
It's like it goes like black and like dull for like 6 months when it's like super cold,
Yeah.
And then, and then once spring happens and then summer, it's like everything just comes to life.
Life
And just,
again.
yeah.
I
But
think also I don't know. I have my own theories in this. The way the day from day to night is
mm,
just the same way we have the seasons. Like summer is daytime, winter is nighttime. So it's just the same idea in the
yeah,
day is hidden in the seasons. I don't know. Why
exactly.
am I becoming a philosopher now? Let's talk about stop
No,
there.
it's totally fine, man.
Yeah.
The thing is that when you move from Kenya and you come to a country where now you experience seasons for the first time, it's
Oh yes, this is my first full cycle. Like
mm,
I came here in the what was this in the what do you call fall or autumn,
mm,
and I've gone through winter, I've gone through spring, I've gone through summer, and now I'm
mm,
back to autumn. And now
yeah,
I can really say like that's I think I now understand why online I used to see ads on new collection, summer collection
yeah.
of
There's a summer
clothes,
collection, winter
winter,
collection.
and then I'm like in Kenya we don't our collection is our collection for the year. Like you just buy new clothes because they are getting old or you want
Yeah,
something new. It's
yeah,
actually driven by the weather. Like, oh, I need like I realized in let's say spring, I needed something warm but not very warm. In winter, I needed an actual winter jacket that's
yeah,
quite like warm. And then in summer, I also needed like lighter clothes. So I realized why it's really big that there's that
yeah.
all that fuss about clothing. And
Mm.
for us Kenyans, like you find, let's say, a boda boda guy with a winter jacket every day. Like it's fine. No stress.
I know, I know. I remember taking those guys, just sitting in the public transport, and the conductor is just there with the same jacket. You see him every day, regardless whether it's raining or yeah. I know.
Yeah, winter jacket in the heat, and like the guy is okay.
Yeah, he's perfectly fine with it, man. But but in a way you kind of miss that, like, because the thing with Kenya, it's like you have consistent weather throughout the entire
Yes,
year.
we
Weather
really
is
have
not in
good
your
weather.
back you
No,
don't think about it at all. You
you don't
push your
actually plan using weather apart from let's say farmers.
yeah.
Farmers are like, okay, we're expecting rain. We want to know when to plant. But generally in the city, we always you just check outside the window. Is it raining? No.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm going to wear this. Is it raining? No.
exactly. Yeah.
And then I never like it's for us like that thing is out of our mind. I think
Yeah.
the weather is so good. That's one thing I've learned to appreciate that
Exactly.
we really
See
have
what I've been saying this entire time.
wow. Like
Remember,
just going outside, being outside in the night or daytime and not worrying like
not
it's
worrying
going to
about
get super cold. Sometimes I go outside,
mm,
it's like maybe 15 degrees. I'm thinking, okay, this is not very bad. In Kenya, that's a winter,
uh,
but this is not very bad. And then suddenly it's
yeah,
maybe 8 degrees, and I'm like, whoa.
yeah,
Like you just keep getting colds if you're not like
yeah. If you're not careful,
for the
yeah.
you're not careful, you just keep getting colds. Like every time, I'm like, oh, I need even like yesterday. I think I had I think I got a cold
Oh shit.
because I forgot where I think the weather changed while I was outside,
Oh man.
and it suddenly drops and it's windy and it's like freezing cold. Like, and right now people are saying it's still warm. I don't know, maybe the Kenyanness in me
Dude,
because
yeah, that's the
it's
thing.
not yet winter, and
It's
then I'm like, hey, it's cold, it's winter, even if there's
yeah.
no snow.
That's the same thing I was telling people. You know what? I remember I used to come back to Kenya to travel. People ask me like, "How's the UK?" Like, okay, I know the reputation of UK's weather is bad, but when I try to
Mm,
explain people, like, I explain to people like, "Dude, it's really messed up. Like, we'll have summer for like a week, even though in the season section we'll see summer supposed to last for like maybe 3-4 months. We'll just
mm.
have like a week of like really good weather. It'll
Yeah,
be like
and
25,
then
30,
it
and then it
disappears.
just disappears. It's back to gloomy, cold, freezing weathers. So this is the only thing I really appreciate about Kenya. It's like the best weather ever, man. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, man,
So yeah,
it is.
nice to see you again. Nice to talk. Getting back to your show again. This is, I think, the second time.
Yes, I know. I remember the first session. I didn't know how to like set up my
Uh,
OBS with the camera and the
hmm.
screen sharing and all that. But yeah,
Oh,
you learn and you
I
grow.
see him, the genius,
Yeah,
the good, like, self-taught great man.
you have to be.
From production to like what was the album? Environmental
Environmental
factor
factor.
was the beginning, and then all these seriously. Then now
You
all
always
the
have to. One thing I've learned in my life is you never stop pushing yourself to go out there and try something new. Always
hmm,
just push yourself and just do something new. Just yeah,
that's
cause
very
yeah, cause
that's true.
learning is a never-ending process, you know, and yeah, you
And
just
it's
have to.
more of like solutions. When you need a solution and you no one else will fix it for you, you have
Yes.
to like
Yeah,
you
you
need something done, you just learn how to do it and do it. If you
exactly.
can't learn, try and find someone who can help you. But we are human. Humans are able to learn and do stuff.
That is so true, man. That is so true.
Okay, Kenya, habari, Kenyan skateboarding.
Shout out to everyone from SSK because
Shout out
we
yeah,
love
yeah.
the
That's
SSK, man.
today's Saturday. It's like sesh. When is today's Saturday? Let's see, what's the date? Yeah, it's Saturday. Today is a sesh day. You know,
Today is
so
supposed to be a sesh
like
day,
back
exactly.
in the day, today is like guys are now arriving at Uhuru
At
Park.
Uhuru
Like,
Park,
oh, maybe
exactly.
South Sea guys have come, and now the Coma squad is there, and then the rest of the like, and maybe the new guys that we didn't know are also coming and watching.
We had those different groups like
Yeah,
you know, the guys from South Sea, the guys from Comarock, and all these
yeah, and
people
then
coming
there's the
over to
stranger sitting at Uhuru Park eating njugu and just watching, asking you like, this thing, where can I buy it? Like, can I try? Like,
man.
Uhuru Park
Good
was
times,
such
man.
a
It was the
nice
best, man. You
place.
know, the
Okay.
best thing is like you don't know that you're in the best time until it
Yes, yes,
ends, and
yes,
then you're like,
yes.
oh shit.
And I think I keep trying to foolproof myself from that. I'm like, this is always like trying to like today, this is the best day because in the future I'll be like, I remember when I used to chill with the seaman talk on, because like
You're supposed to prove
this
it.
is it.
That's so
This is
true.
a great moment actually. I think
It really, it really
let's
is.
do it. Like, yeah, let's enjoy this.
Enjoy the moment, exactly,
Yeah,
bro.
this is
Absolutely, man.
like,
I
this
never
is
thought we would be here, but here we are, man.
yeah, here we are and we're talking, and it's this like in the future I'd say I said it was a good moment, so that I
Yes,
don't like
yes.
be like,
No,
oh, it was such a good moment. I miss the good old days. No,
nah. It's too
I
soon,
am
man.
missing the future that will be also good. I miss the future.
That's true. That's
That's
true.
a weird statement though. I miss the future.
Anyway, man. So tell me, what have you been up to? Anything new on your side that you like to share and tell us about? And have you been like what's new on the SSK side? Like, have you been in contact with anyone? And like, have you done anything new that you'd want to share before we get, of course, into the basic questions and stuff
Oh,
that I had lined up?
yeah, that's I've mostly been watching like online, following up the videos,
Mm,
maybe chatting here and there sometimes with George, just finding out some things that are going on. But mostly I've been watching and just being an observer. It's
nice,
not like
nice.
not because like we retired. You remember we were in the same team,
Mm,
and mostly right now it's watching what's happening, which is really it's like some really good stuff has been going on, and
fantastic.
just enjoying and being happy for
Yeah,
the
for all the
progress
progress
that's
that's happening.
happening.
Yeah, of course. We'll go
It's
into more of the details, of course, towards the ending.
yeah, but yeah, it's on new stuff. No, I don't think so. I just like I'm just literally mostly just following the scene on a more of like on a low key, just watching what's going on, watching videos, supporting where I can, sharing, doing, just continuing my life as I watch, and proud of what's going
And
on.
just be there to support these guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
in case like I need to do something, like if I'm in a position to help, I just I help. But yeah, mostly watching and being really impressed by
yeah,
the
the
progress that's going on.
progress that they're doing, man. That's amazing, man. So obviously now, you know, of course now we're live and everyone's like watching, and some people don't even know what SSK is. Maybe you can give us like, what is SSK? How did it form? Why did you guys decide to like create this society? Did we really need a society? You know, there's all these other questions, and of course we were so young back then. So
Yeah.
yeah, you know, maybe you can give us some of your takes on that.
Okay. So yeah, the story. Let's in short, like a brief history. Let me just give a brief history of uh, SSK. First of all, stands for Skateboarding Society of Kenya. It was a society formed to promote and support this, and let's say try and expand the influence of skateboarding in Kenya, and like under a unified collective body where we could like be more stronger. That's like the this unity and strength. And
Was it?
then so
Yeah, yeah.
was
Sorry,
it?
I was just gonna ask. Like, sorry to interrupt, but was it like, because I remember there was a group of people just coming together to skate, but
Yes.
forming this society.
I, I think
What benefits was there that you saw? that maybe
Yeah,
I
I
couldn't
think.
see at that time?
Yeah, I think the thing was one thing that actually, before I answer that, I'll start say what led to the formation
Mm,
before the benefits. The idea was you remember back in the day, a meeting at what was this place, Hurgaden skating,
mm,
and then hearing like we are together. Someone says they're off. We need to get a place to skate. We need to find a skate park. We need to like there's this group that wants to help us. And
yeah,
then most of the time we didn't have this link of like if someone is communicating with the Kenyan scene,
mm,
the like people just like in isolation say I talk to this guy, I talk to that guy. So there was all this
right,
scattered approach to like trying to resolve the hardships we were facing.
right,
And I think over time, especially when sometimes you meet a person and then people would ask, so who do we talk to? Who represents
right.
you? What do
Mm,
we like? We are thinking of an idea. We want to like bring you on board. So there was that hardship of like, okay, someone meets us like we're in a crew, and then they're like, okay, who do I contact? And then we start looking at each other. They're like,
mm,
okay, what to do? It's like it was more for organization and
yeah, you
to
were
have
trying
that
to
like
you're
a central like and
yeah
a unified voice.
you
So
were
that was the
consolidating all the communication
yes,
from everyone
yes.
outside so that
And
you
then
you could
now
help.
through that like we through I'm a co-founder, I'm not the founder, like we're a couple of like from the guys from what do you call this, the Huru Garden era guys,
Mm,
like the first office of like Ren, you, it was more of like we've been discussing it,
mm,
but now the only thing that let's say I did and with Ren
mm,
was more go for the follow-up on the documentation in terms of the
right.
Kenyan laws on how you register society, how you like operate and all these things. And then now just we were always reporting to the skaters like, hey, we're doing this, we are you good, we want to start something called this, we want to like use it to help our cause. And yeah, we it was formed. And I think it was 20, the idea started around 2007. There is when we were floating the idea,
Mm,
and around 2010 is when we were registered, like when
nice.
it came. But
Right.
please remind me the second part of your question was I got.
I yeah, there was something I'd asked you about. Oh yes, the benefits of why you had decided
Ah,
to now create this.
yeah. So the benefits was the idea was the fact that now we had like when most of the time most of these companies wanted to like engage us and like work with us, assist
Right.
us, support us. We had one place where we could like channel our, let's say, our needs,
Mm,
our ideas. And there was that like it was no longer like fragmented, like some CEO from maybe a certain company is
mm,
talking to a Jack there, and then today so we had one place where we discuss it as a group, and
mm.
then we channel all our responses under
Yeah,
one. It's
under
like we
one
were
roof.
more organ it's, it was we were more organized now.
Yeah.
So the benefit of that is like we now could actually engage so many like organization peoples and groups in a way that would be a benefit to us and them when like
Yeah, yeah,
in
of course.
their
Because
it
if you think about it, even the way you would approach maybe even the government or anyone
yes.
external, an external entity,
Mm.
you would say, "I am from the SSK," so at least you know this
Yes,
is a legitimate thing. It's not like a group of random people.
random
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
And actually, you brought up another important issue. Sometimes most people at that time also offering and willing to support us through equipment.
mm,
And it was difficult for someone collecting, let's say, skate equipment from Europe, America, or whatever part of the world to say, I'm sending them to person, let's say I'm sending them to a sim. They'll be like, who is
right.
that? Like, that's an individual. Are you sending them to him for what? But
Mm,
once we are now under a collective, a body where it
mm,
was the SSK,
mm.
when someone sends it, it knows the organization exists, it's a legal one,
Yeah,
and they would the things are like it's like more legit made where you
exactly,
when you send stuff to us, you are aware you're not dealing with some guy in his bedroom just
exactly.
fleecing a lot of foreign people telling them, oh, I have this organization, I'm doing this. And the good thing was that when they came, they could actually see we were doing videos, we were
Exactly.
doing a lot of we were just actually active and real.
Yeah.
And the best thing about it was like it was very organic as well. It's like it has a way, it's different from, let's say, other, let's say I would say talk about the other skate, like let's say the roller scene, the Kenya.
Mm,
That was they had a different approach. For us it was still very it's like guys really wanted to maintain that organic and just our own direction, our own way, but at the same time accepting support when it actually favored our ideas. It's not like someone was directing us and telling us, let's hey do this, do that. Like our original vision, our direction was still intact, and I think SSK was very important to like maintaining the original reasons and the ideas why we formed it and where we wanted to go.
Absolutely.
So it's like SSK in short brought the it's like safeguarded our idea as Kenyan skaters to that if even like you see now we're not in SSK as officials, but the idea of SSK is like is still there.
Exactly.
So it is good, and that means Kenyan skateboarding is still in good. It's in a good state. If it was like, let's say, Kenyan economy, would say Kenya SSK is like really growing fast and doing well.
Exactly, that's the main thing. Exactly, and I love that. I think you also mentioned about the content. So all the content was consolidated in one place. Even the way we were representing ourselves on social media, we were consolidating all our content in one place, so people could easily find us. Doing promotions for other people. I remember there was a time. I think SSK or some skaters were approached to promote billboards or something in town or something. They were riding around and stuff. So there are all these other things. I want to talk a little bit about the contests. I remember the first contest, and I think you know where I'm going with this. So the first contest we did, I think, was the official game of skate.
Yeah, at Sunken.
Yeah, at Sunken Park. So how
did you win?
I think came in third.
Okay, I thought it was Shahrukh or Victor. I don't remember.
Shahrukh who was first, Victor was second, I was third.
Second, and then you were third. Okay.
Third, yeah. it was such a memorable moment, and the best part was everyone had just joined. Even we had people from, we had Zub and Audi and Chimmy from the States.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the days. It was so amazing that we were all there and we had this competition. But how did it like... whose idea was that to like host that thing? I think was it you who had initially said that we're going to do it at Sunken, or because I remember we used to have a lot of game of skate sessions.
We used to play like how do you not play a lot of game of skates when you have a sim next to you? Always like, hey guys, you want to play a game of skate? I know a new trick.
Especially when you learn a new trick. Save that.
I think it was also this same like the way it was a group, somehow a group thing. It wasn't like an idea that just came up to me or let's say to you. It was more of something that at that time, you remember, I think Berix was we were watching all this battle at the Berix, and then we were thinking like, what if, I think slowly we were just thinking we need to start having our own. And for a while that idea simmered until we were like, okay, because SSK had already now started doing stuff. We were like, we're going to host a contest, King of Skate, Nairobi, King of Skate. And then, I think we organized, and we planned it for Sunken. Was it a Sunday? I think it was a Sunday.
It was a Sunday, yeah. It was
we posted it on, what was this? We posted it on our Facebook at that time. And then obviously the skaters knew about it. It's like we posted just to try and see how many other people will see it. But the skaters were aware, and people came on a Sunday. And we had these judges who were like, the games were easy to judge because we just were playing one game at a time. We didn't have so many people that we need to like break it up into so many groups. So it was easy. Like there's a game, there's one judge, and somehow we were following this Berek style of rules. Like the last getter gets 2 tries. There is a defensive person has like it's more lenient on him when
if you toe drags,
the person like setting on the offense, like there's more like a higher degree of you need to do accuracy. Yeah. And so we played it, and it was such a difficult thing not organizing at the contest, but actually I realized that was the first time I was in a contest, like a very serious contest.
Yes, I think that was the thing, because I also remember when I was there, it was very nerve-wracking. I wasn't able to perform the way I normally perform when we would
Yeah,
play
and the way you will actually every time I think you'll beat me in game of skate so easily doing like all usual tricks. But at that time it was so different. I realized also that was a new level, like a new like dimension we're getting into, because at first we would play game of skate every day, like it's fun and there's no nervousness. But for once on that contest, I was like, I can't even do a pop shove.
Yes.
It's like my legs are too heavy because it's like everyone is watching me, guys, and also all these guys were watching, the skaters plus the other guys who are sitting in sunken. So many people just gathered around and were watching. And so you just start, someone does a pop shove, and as you kick to try and do it, you feel like your legs, what is a pop shove? Have I ever done one? What is it?
Yeah.
And then you pop a pop shove and you bail, and you're like,
you bail,
what?
exactly. You just bail the basic tricks. And I remember even when I was, I think I was going head to head with Kevin, and I was just doing, the tricks that I could do, like just a kick flip or a pop shove. I was struggling to even do those basic tricks, and I remember we just kept going back and forth. We kept bailing back to back.
And there's another thing.
Something.
That was funny. There's another thing also on that day. I remember talking with Sydney, like just before the contest, guys. When guys are warming up, I saw like so many amazing tricks. Like guys were going full on. Like when you watch the warm up, you'll be like, "Wow, this contest is going to be super!" Like everyone's doing a tray flip, someone's trying to double flip something, like there are so many, like I'm trying a 540 there, showing like, wow, maybe I'll run that. But then in the contest, everyone went basic. Like no one ever tried to.
No one knew what the hell they were
doing. No one knew. It's like you forgot, like, okay, I think I can also kick flip. Oh yeah, let me try a kick flip. It's like warm-up session, you are all fired up, like we're going to really do some crazy stuff. But then once you start competing, you're like, oh yeah, can I even ollie? Like, what do I do?
Yeah,
and I think it affected everyone. Somehow everyone was.
Yeah, everyone was really nervous.
So yeah, that was the first contest was like an eye-opening experience for me, for the whole scene, and also to create that momentum where the idea behind our King of Skate was the king reigns for 1 year, and then we do another contest. Because now Shahrukh was the first king. I think the second was you or Victor.
I don't remember. I don't remember the second.
I don't remember the order. Yeah,
we did a second king.
We did the second. We did another one, right. And then now we moved it to. Where did we do the next contest? But we did a couple. There was Shahrukh has been king once. I think Victor. I think Sydney has won.
Yeah, I don't think I was ever actually like a winner.
Okay, I also never won, but I think we had a Kevin won.
Nice.
But yeah, that was King of Skate was like also, and it's like I like the idea that I think most of the things that we were doing in the beginning was more of like collective ideas. It wasn't like, let's say, my idea or your idea. It was more of like something that all of us have been discussing. And then now SSK, we're just facilitating that idea to try and make it more official that SSK presents King of Skate 20, like just giving it more hype, in short.
Yeah. Well, that was some good times, man. Now, speaking of good times, I remember we used to skate with this funny character called Shuzad. I don't know if you remember
Shuzad. Shuzad is like what do you call this? An icon. I would call him an icon of the Kenyan skateboarding.
Every time he would show up, he would either have a new bike or a new girlfriend or something. He would always show up with something new.
Shuzad, for me, like, I really admire Shuzad. He's a very like strong, resilient man. Good, great skater, great BMXer. He can do, like, he's just multi-talented. He can do stuff. He can build stuff. Like sometimes, like a broken board, you go to his workshop and be like, he fixed these tracks. Like
he was very resourcely, by the way.
He's very resourceful. Like
so true. Yeah.
And then all these new spots, he will be writing and saying he found this spot. Like having Shuzad in the scene was like. It was essential. Like without Shuzad, I don't know if we'd do so many other things. Honestly, like we would like he was so like open, giving these ideas like, hey, what if we try to do this? Because most of the things we were doing at that time, like Shuzad would say, hey, I went to this place, I saw this. What if we go there on this weekend? We check it out, and we'll go there and we'll start skating. He says he was skating in this place, and then he had this like I liked also his attitude towards skateboarding. It's like there's no fear. No one, even if guys are watching. I'm going to show you. I can give you a show.
Yeah.
which I think for most people are still like wanting to confidently skating only around the skaters. But Shuzad will
Yeah, he
go
would
to the
just go.
streets, go to
Yes.
the road on without like a top, like just whole ski chaka. It was
Absolutely. And I think I want to mention one more person who also really helped me boost up my confidence as well. I
mm,
remember when I used to skate on the bump in South Sea with Victor.
mm,
There were days Victor would be skating there alone, and he wouldn't really care about who was watching him and people who were walking by and
yeah,
the cars that are driving by. He would just put his headphones on and he would just skate and just
skate,
just do the
skate,
tricks
skate.
on the side of the pavement. And I saw him once and I was like, this is so inspiring. Like you just block out the world. You put your
Mm.
headphones on and you just do what you're passionate about. I think that was really nice.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, that's true. Like Shuzad for me is one icon. Like definitely, it's like if we ever do a documentary, there would be a
Shazad should
section
definitely be
on
in there.
Shuzad and
Have you
how.
been in contact with him recently? I
Yeah.
don't know. Have you?
On of this like of late this year, I haven't talked to him because I think once I moved away from Nairobi, it's like also just generally so many people have been out of contact with so
Mm-hmm.
many people. But I think yeah, he's still around. Like and then he went on. You see, like he was such an icon that he went on to form the what do you call this? The BMX, the Ninjas.
Yes.
That's the first of Kenyan BMX scene on the streets. It actually carries your Shuzad. Shuzad was the one like was skating, and then like he got a BMX and now started that ninjas, and the ninjas grew, and now right now there's so many BMXers,
Wow. I
and it's
haven't.
like I credit it
Wow.
to Shuzad and his early like skating and eventually BMXing around from Pangani
Yeah.
to the
Holy
CBD
crap!
every
I never
day.
knew he was doing that. Like I knew he was like BMXing, but I didn't know he
Mm.
like formed like such a big crew like that.
Yeah, ninjas. You never like the ninjas were riding every what was this every it was really cool because
Mm.
we used to skate. Now you remember how we from Uhuru Park we're heading
Yeah, we
to
go
back
to
to the
town.
Sunken,
Yeah, yeah.
going to town,
Mm.
and then now he started following with the BMX, and then eventually the BMX also grew. So we would be cruising with the skaters are cruising,
Mm.
and the BMXers are behind us or ahead of us, which
Right,
was
right.
really a nice
Oh, that was
it
really
it
nice.
was like such a nice great time. I remember every time we would be passing through which was this road Kenyatta, is it Kenyatta Avenue, when
Kenyatta
like this
Avenue. There was
smooth road.
Bishara Street. There was some other
Yeah,
streets that we used to go
and
through.
then it was like yeah, actually that went on to inspire the current BMX like movement. I see, like, and it's really blown, like it's blown
Nice.
out, and it's
That's amazing.
it's
When
it's
you
big.
sit back and you look back at the people that have
Mm.
made all these strides so that the
And also
newer generation can.
yeah, and also friend wise, I think like he's like I like he's a good man. Like we were
Absolutely.
friends. Like at least it was a real thing. It
A
wasn't like
really
this
good
idea that
relationship.
because we just skate, we happen to like have to share space. But he's actually very helpful, resourceful, and
Oh, that's amazing,
yeah,
man. That's amazing. Holy
that's
crap.
like you reminded me of like I think I need to call Shuzad. I need to find him. We need to
Yeah,
chat and hear what he's
man,
up
if
to.
because I remember when I shared some of my music with him as well. Man, he was like my number one fan. He was like, "Oh, I love your music." I reached out to him, I think 2 years ago. That was the last time I talked to him. That was on Facebook, I think, or something. And he just messaged. He reached out to me. He was like, "Yo, do you still have those songs you made, the Ultimate Skater and all these other skate songs that you made?" Yeah.
Actually, you've reminded me something. Shuzad is the only person I think as the first person. He has an SSK tattoo.
No way.
I don't even have an SSK tattoo. He has that logo on his like I don't know if it's left or right hand. That's
What?
something like wow.
What?
Yeah, just find him and let
We need to get that guy over here on the call, man.
you need to find Shazad and talk to him. He's like people should hear his
That is
story.
amazing. That is amazing, dude. If I ever do get in touch with him, do share him this link as well.
Yeah, I'll try and
Try and
find him.
get him on I because I need to interview him as well, man. All right, cool, man. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Let's talk a little bit about Daniel Kluch. If I'm even pronouncing that name correctly, Daniel, I remember was such an inspiration, man. And I remember there was a time way back 2016, 2015, maybe, I don't know, must be even earlier than that.
I think it was 2013.
2013, yes.
Mm.
He said that we do some kind of like he wanted to do something at USIU and just shoot us skating over there. But how did that idea come about? Because there was something there was an event that was happening at USIU, and then we decided to go for the event or something. Because all I remember,
Actually,
Let me tell you my side of the story before you continue. All I remember was on that Saturday, I
Hmm.
thought we were just going to go to Uhuru Park to skate. I got into the car with Uki and Victor and Neville, and we just find out that we're driving to
Yes,
USIU
are you?
and we're going to skate over there, and everyone's meeting up over there. Like, how did that happen? Like,
I come
because
to
that
think of
that
it,
day
same thing.
changed
I was
everything.
surprised as well because we were at Uhuru Park, I think.
Mm,
I was somewhere. We were at Uhuru Park or something. I don't even remember.
mm.
But
How
suddenly,
did you end up there then? How
I,
did you
I
end
I
up there?
found Daniel Gooch had his car there, and then like guys were like, okay, hey guys, we're heading out. I'm like, where are we going?
Yeah,
I hear there's some we're going to USIU,
yeah.
and then we all in the BMW. I think it was a new BMW at that time,
How
black
did we end
BMW.
up there? I don't.
We
It's still.
we
I
were
still don't
inside,
understand.
and I actually come to think of it, I don't know how we what we. I just knew I entered a car and we
Yeah,
went.
yeah. That's exactly how I remember it. Where we just sat in the car, and next thing I know, I'm at USIU. And the other thing was, I don't understand how we got in because
I think I know now. I think something. I remember. It's something to do with Freddy. I think there was something.
right, Freddie
Who
had
was it? You remember
something.
Freddie?
Freddie, yes, I remember Freddie.
Yeah. What was
It
this?
was because of Freddie I was able to get into USIU and
Yeah, I think had he organized something with this. What was this? The crew he was pushing.
oh,
There was
legendary skateboarding.
legendary, and you know, legendary was first formed by Shuzad. It was actually Shuzad's
No,
idea.
no way.
Yes.
I did not know that. Holy shit.
So
Uh-huh.
it was legendary. There was something about legendary, and he. I don't know what we were doing
All I
there, but
remember about Legendary was he used to print logos
t-shirts.
on T-shirts, on skateboards, and stuff like that. Like I thought that's what he primarily
No,
does,
I think
apart from the skate crew.
yeah, it was more Shuzad came up with. He used to call his team Legendary Skate, and
Ah,
then eventually next thing I see also Freddy now has Legendary. I was like, okay, what's going on? I don't know. There was something. I don't know if they did it together or
mm,
I don't. But it was. I just know that Legendary is Shuzad, and also
yeah,
BMX Ninja is Shuzad. See, like Shuzad
that
is
was
the main
also
man.
yeah, that was the main guy. Yeah. So
But yeah, I don't remember like what we were actually going to do at USIU. I
yeah,
just know
because
we
we
skated
shot we
USIU.
shot some really good scenes over there as
Yeah,
well. We did some tricks down the ledges of the main USIU library,
yeah. And
and
then we went to this. Was it a basketball or a tennis court? I
yes,
don't even.
basketball. It was a basketball court, and we
Yeah,
were also
okay, yeah.
skating inside
We
over there.
skated
Those were the
there.
only spots that we
That
did.
time, actually, practically just was cruising, just watching
Mm.
people do stuff. Watching Kevo try and do the gap to money. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. That was really
I
impressive
don't
what
know
he
if
was doing.
if the clip is on. I think is there a
It is
YouTube
online. It
clip?
is online. It's somewhere online. I think I did share it at some point. I can't remember
Okay.
exactly where it is, but yeah,
But
it
yeah,
was.
I
Oh
don't know
man,
what we went to do, but I found myself in a car going to ESIU
that's
with
crazy.
Daniel and the
But
team.
that's what skateboarding is all about. The randomness and just
Yeah,
every day was an adventure.
it
Oh
was
man,
yeah, it was really good.
that was amazing, bro. Right.
It's hot.
So
It's
one
hot.
more thing. What was the most difficult obstacle you encountered when managing SSK?
Wow, that's a big one.
Mm,
Yeah, the most difficult obstacle I encountered.
mm. Did
I
you find
think it,
something challenging when you had this society and managing these
yes,
people?
definitely, definitely. I think as a whole, um, this thing of getting people like the skaters to actually register to be, the SSK, the way it operated under the law, we needed to have a list of our members,
Mm.
and the members like had there was this annual fee that like
Oh
you needed
yes.
to pay 100 shillings a month. That's that a membership fee for you to be like officially, let's say when the government or anything asks like who are your members, we need to have the paid up members as these are our people. We would have so many people skating with us, like working with us,
Mm.
but in reality when we it came to like having the register,
Mm.
like very few of the skaters actually were members in terms of
Mm.
trying to do the financial aspect because we wanted
Yes.
to collect some money
Mm.
and use it to do some, let's say, it was a challenge
Mm.
running doing contests, like
Yes.
yeah, all
All
this
the running costs and
trying
everything.
to get some equipment. Let's say we want to, like, it was just difficult. Like it was that was the most difficult thing, getting skaters to actually see
Mm.
the importance of this thing and how. we are not being funded, and it's not something that I'm paid or you are paid. It
Mm.
was more we just a collective, like let's also gather our money together and try and do stuff together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because that, I think, getting the financial aspect of SSK, getting people to commit to it financially and support it, such that when we're doing a contest, they could have been bigger contests. When we were doing like videos, they could have been like, in
Yeah, they
short,
could have
that,
promoted videos. Even the
yeah,
contest
promote
could have
like
had bigger
on
prizes because
the
there was
prizes, yeah.
yeah.
So it was mostly like we were doing contest with like this, when someone donates something. It wasn't more of like, it could have been better to actually have SSK running on its own, like even if there are very few resources,
Mm.
that like getting our own cash, buying stuff,
Mm.
trying to even maybe try and see how we can set up a shop,
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
stuff. Let's approach government. We say like, we have this amount, can you help us raise
Yeah.
this amount? And
Yeah.
so I
It
think
was. Yeah. I
the most
absolutely agree.
difficult thing was that getting members to actually support, not even getting members, getting people to actually register to be members as per what the law required us to do,
Mm.
like so that we could implement the objectives. Still, we went on to implement most of the
Yeah.
ideas behind SSK. Was not mostly like money wasn't a big part of it, but it could have made so many
It will
things
made some.
easier.
Yeah. Some.
It
Some
could have been
things
so many,
easier.
because the idea was just first of all to gather skaters
Mm.
together and show them that we have a place like a union where you can come and we can help you. Because when we had stuff, we would share them with the skaters,
Yeah.
and it was more of like that unified a center of operation, in short.
Yeah.
And also
Exactly.
giving like the fact that every time, even for the younger kids coming, like their parents will be like, oh, the kids are not just going to join some random
Yeah.
young people who maybe are just trying to do their own things. They
Mm.
will come and see like, oh, these guys actually, it's if they need to find us, if anything happens to their kids,
Yeah.
they could trace us.
Yeah.
It offered that
We would
security,
be
yeah.
held accountable for their
Yeah,
kids, and anything that
yes.
happened. Exactly.
So like, yeah, the
Hundred
hardest
percent.
part for me definitely remains, and remained for all the time, like until I was, I think I left in 2017 or 2016 late. I'd left mentally in 2016, I think, or 15, but officially I left in
Yeah, it happens. It happens. But
yeah.
I mean,
And
I think
then
for what happened, and the work that you put in,
hmm,
amazing work, man. I just feel like without you and the other crew, I think
and
we would.
you,
Yeah,
like,
we
because you
would.
also, you're part of that
We were
initial
part
team.
of this
It was
group.
you, like, I remember them: Ren,
Mm,
Asim, Victor, Jeff,
mm.
Oti. That is the crew.
It was amazing times, man.
So yeah, definitely that was a hard one. Getting the people to join the SSK that they are part of,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Which is weird, but it's yeah, it is what it is. There's one more thing that we've not talked on is obviously now skate parks. Of
Mm,
course, leave aside the financials and the society itself. Now
mm.
skate parks, I remember. Yes, we've got spots that we can skate, and of course, Kenyan roads, and how the infrastructure is not that well developed, but we wanted a skate park. What was
Yeah.
the situation on the skate park, and maybe you want to talk a little bit about recently what's going on with the skate park scene? I guess you can say.
Okay, let me talk first about the past, the situation. At that time, watching so many videos, there were so many good videos coming out. YouTube, by that time, was Zuku Fiber was coming, Victor was
Yes,
the
yes.
source and the plug. South Sea
Victor,
was,
yes, Victor used to
South
go
Sea
on
was,
lots of
we didn't have,
videos.
I didn't have internet at home, let's say, for example.
Mm.
So Victor would download all these great videos, and over the weekend, we'll just be exchanging CDs, like watch this,
He
because
used to come
like
over to my place before he even used to give you anything because I was in South Sea. He was just up the road. He would just come over like, "Yo, bro, look at these skate videos, man."
so
He used to have this. Sorry to cut you off. There was this Zune thing he used to have, Zune or
yeah,
something, video player. He'd
uh,
have instead of like music. Okay, obviously music was there, but like skate videos in that small iPod thing.
yeah, like he carried an MP3 player or something. So yeah, these videos really, like, we always showed us like this other guy. We always believe that outside world is so advanced in skating,
Mm,
because they have skate parks, and we are skating in mostly on the roads,
mm,
at either Uhuru Park and Sunken. And the idea was like, there was a great because I think those videos made us start desiring a park more.
mm.
Like, we would be like, oh, we really
We need
need
a
to get a
place where no
skate
one
park
can tell
somewhere, where
us
we
to
need
move
to, like,
out.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, get out of here, you're spoiling this, you're doing that. So I think that also started just starting up the all of us to like we need to find a way of getting a park,
Yeah.
and then people will come up with ideas like we need to go and talk to the city council, we need to talk to this organization because so many people are offering to try and assist. But when we followed up, you just realize someone was just giving excited to meet you on the streets and say, hey, we can work out something. But when you sit down and trying to do something, nothing.
Yeah. Nothing
So
happens.
yeah, the desire for the park also started, I think, around 2010 there, 2011, because the scene was really
Yeah, it was really building. It was
excited
kicking
and
up.
really
Yeah.
building, and we were thinking about a skate park. And then I think at that time, with Daniel Kluch connected us with Skate Aid because now we didn't even know of skate aid. Like skate aid through Daniel said that yeah, there's a skate scene in Kenya, and they like for a couple of because they were building skate parks in other parts of the world.
Yeah.
They sent some guy. It was called Tobin or who at that time. I think they sent some
Yeah.
guy
Something
called
with
Tobin.
a T. Some I can't remember the
Obel
name. Yeah.
something. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't remember the name. And he came and said, yeah, he's actually they also were planning to do something in Kenya
Mm.
with regards to a skate park. So we just need to like or sit down with them, give them ideas, and see as they try and collect the because they are a non-profit organization. They're also trying to fundraise for it.
Mm.
But the idea was like they had like a link to Kenya through the I think to Shangilia. There's a Shangilia
Shangilia Skate Park is
Shangilia,
the
yeah. So
famous one.
it was
Yeah.
already being run by a German. It was like founded by a German,
Mm.
and so I think that was their link. And it was
Ah.
mostly they do the performing arts and also education of children education. So I think that through that they wanted to make a place for
Mm.
what do you call this? Another like to support the performing arts section of that school.
Mm.
Then they wanted to build a park. And
Nice.
now they also found that in Kenya there was SSK, so it was actually also I think important for them to link up with us at that time to try
Mm.
and see what are our ideas, what like how can we work together and
I
just
get
try
that.
and actualize this thing. And for a couple of times we met, they came, we met with them, we talked, they sent plans. I asked people what you, I remember in the page, you
Yeah.
ask
Yeah.
people what you want, like, and then people would say we want stairs, we want this. So
Mm.
the good, like most of the inputs that we see and what ended up being built was that collective every time engaging with the skaters and engaging with the skate aid and like a plan was made and then finally it was revised again and then the funding for a while was a challenge
Mm.
but eventually at around 20 is it 2012 or something
Yeah. We.
yeah
I
it
remember.
started like the idea started really gaining momentum. I think they're also now ready to like break ground and
That's
start the
amazing.
building. I think it
I.
was 2013.
Yeah. I think there was a lot of hype when that
Mm,
thing finally got
yeah,
released. I mean, available to the public, and like we could
yeah.
go skating, and it was just
And
amazing.
then now, yeah, the park I think was opened in 2013 October or something. I think we opened it on a Mashujaa Day. We opened it on,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
and then like, there was so much promise. Like, yeah, finally we have a skate park.
Mm.
But then after the opening, there was like all this friction between us and the management
Right. Yes, I remember all of that, and I
all these
also remember
guys.
they put some fencing around the skate
Yeah,
park, and then
yeah.
there was
Even
like some
before the fencing,
restrictions.
like the things I just started, like we slow, like one, like we thought, like with skated, they said to just give a list of our people,
Mm.
and they'll be skating for free because for us, we like actually we had agreed that we are helping to build the skate park because people would
Yes.
volunteer, people would go
Yes.
there.
People
There
physically
were
went
people,
there.
there were there was a contractor hired to build, but also most of the labor again was from the skaters themselves. So we are like we were supporting like if financially we could not, so we offered to work.
Yeah.
Like I think that's also we labor we did like
Yeah.
people really went there every day after school.
Yeah.
Guys would
Yeah.
go after work. Guys would go there and try and build. Some people at home would go and try and do all the manual
Mm.
work, all the work that they were needed to do. And then now we thought that through that we have the agreement was like we would be using the park and the
Mm.
school under the care of that school,
Mm.
but I don't know what happened. There was just something happened. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
they started what do you call this? It was
Some politics
some
took over
politics took
things. Yeah.
place, and now it's like they want like they what who are like we need a list of your members. We give them okay. We need you guys to have an ID. We give them. They say okay
Mm.
now we don't need like we need you to come like. they just made, they kept like changing the goalpost for us every time. We
Okay.
were like, what's the issue? You go there, like they say, no, you can't skate today, you can't
Right.
do.
Yes, I
So
did hear
like
about
there
that. Yeah.
was
For me, especially as even for me, like I remember Kangemi,
mm,
and from where I was coming from,
mm,
Madaraka, South Sea at
mm,
that time, was
mm.
quite a distance. Even
Yeah, it was
maybe
far.
for you
That
guys,
park
yeah. So you
was
go there, you've traveled all this distance, and then you're
at
told
the
no,
gate. You can't
please.
enter. You're like, who are you?
Yeah.
And then you're like, you're a member. This is actually unofficial of SSK. And then
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
okay, do I know? Where's your ID? Like I'd made even
Took all
some
the
cards for
yeah.
guys. And
Yeah.
it just somehow it's like they wanted to now run it. Like I think
Okay.
the school management wanted to do it in a different way,
Mm.
and yeah, which ended up making it like for a while. I think we didn't even skate the park
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
much,
That much. Yeah. That's true.
and people just we went. It's like it was like we had a skate park that we dreamed of finally,
Mm.
but it wasn't like exactly what we
What
expected.
do you
So
expected?
guys
Yeah.
still enjoyed skating Urba because of
Exactly.
all the hardships of like trying to access that place. And then I think finally, recent like a couple of years after that, we worked out something where there was this we pay an annual subsidized fee,
Mm.
so that the people who are like we pay annually,
Mm.
and now we could not that now worked because we would pay like they we have groups of a certain number of people, and then when that is full, we start another number,
Right. Right.
and people you pay an annual fee, which now you can use the skate park
Mm.
like all year round as long as
Yeah.
you've, and then at least that was the difference was worked out. But it was sad that the misunderstanding was not a good part, because it
Yeah.
really killed that excitement
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
skate park. But eventually misunderstanding was worked out,
Mm.
where there was that agreement to like yeah, pay those
Yeah. Pay
the,
like an
the,
annual
the, the
subscription kind of
yeah, there's
thing.
a subscription, because yes, we understand the maintenance needs to be done and
Yes,
all
of
these
course.
things, which makes sense. But at least I wish we had worked that out like early, instead of
Yeah.
this like
Yeah. Having all these conflicts
back
in
and
between.
forth and all this conflict that we don't really understand what you want. We are just told, like, hey guys, you need to pay, and we're like, okay, because
Yeah.
the most skaters had or the idea that they will not need to pay because we supported in building. But
Mm.
actually, we also are like, yeah, it's good that we supported, but it makes sense that we are able to also help in maintaining it. So the
Yeah.
fee
Exactly.
was, it makes
If they had given us access to even do that, we
mm,
would have
yeah,
valued it
because
more.
we would have even like assisted. But yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
at least we reach an understanding,
Mm.
and yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Definitely.
think for me and most of the guys, we kept skating Hurpa. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
yeah. Uhuru Park. I think maybe because I think the location for me personally, I
Yeah,
think
location
was
was
the
made,
best. Was the
and
biggest thing that really helped me to go, because it was for me at that time. South Sea, or
mm.
even when I moved to Madaraka, was like literally almost a walking distance to Uhuru Park. If I wanted, I could
Oh
walk,
yeah, I
or even
think
a
for you
skating
guys,
distance actually.
yeah.
You know. But now, speaking of Uhuru Park, and now what's coming up recently, I heard that Uhuru Park is getting demolished now.
No, no, you didn't even hear that it was demolished.
It
It
was
was demolished
demolished.
last year. Yeah, the
Oh my
podium, the
god.
platform is
Right.
no longer there. You go to Huru Park, that thing is no longer. Yeah, the gap died. Like
Are you
everything,
serious?
they demolished
What?
that thing.
When did this
Uhuru,
happen exactly?
last year, like I think it was around. Let me see this
Holy
Huru
crap,
Park
man. I've been in my
demolition.
own bubble, man. I've not That's why I had this session with you, so I could be up to date with like what the hell's going on. And
They
since you
demolished Huru
since my
Park in, I think last year. I think so
wow.
September, around October, like there. But thing was, I
Mm.
also don't know like how they just made up such a radical decision to
Yeah.
demolish an object of significant
Yes. I mean, this is where the president
historical
gives these
significance.
speeches and stuff and gives
All
like
these president stuff,
yeah.
Kenyan like independence
Yes.
stuff,
Yes.
and even not like now, and then finally asked the skaters, because we also it was an important place for Kenyan skateboarding, and it
Wow.
was such a, the way it was done was like, it wasn't proper. They should have followed like different channels in like on, the way public participation, in terms of
Right, yeah.
how, I know they say that, I was reading some articles where they say they discussed it in the county assembly, but in reality, even after they discussed it and decided to like do the changes,
Mm.
we I was pursuing them like on like some writing them and asking them like, okay, so you're demolishing this, but can we also like can you share with the public what is the intended where is the plan, what is the new vision
Yeah,
of
what's the new
Uhuru
vision
Park?
of what
Because
you guys doing?
even if you've decided and you followed the law
Mm.
according to you, that we need to see what's going what are you planning to do.
Mm.
That was the hard part because they just demolished, they closed off the area, and we don't know what's going on.
So how long was it closed off for? And then
I think it
what have
was
they done now? What's new now?
I've not been because since I left. Also, it
Mm.
was demolished when I was away.
Mm.
I think I think I don't know if they've reopened Uhuru Park. I think yeah, they're supposed to have reopened,
Because I
but
remember seeing
mm,
some videos on
yeah,
SSK's
can check.
Instagram or something that they were
Mm,
skating in a new park.
mm,
There was some kind of a new skate park that was
mm.
built there in that same area where the
Yeah, so that the news. Okay, they demolished. What was this? Let me check. I am Uhuru Park demolished. Is my internet working? What's up with this? I need.
I
Oh
think
yeah,
because you're on a call.
Uhuru Park that's demolished. Going renovation. In late September. Yeah, it was closed in September, and then for a renovation exercise to be carried out by the NMS.
Mm.
Uh, okay, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. It was demolished on that around September, October there,
Yeah,
and now they close it off. What they've done is like I recently saw on Instagram through SSK as well
yeah,
that on the side of Central Park.
yeah.
Yeah, you can see it.
I'm literally yeah. I'm just looking at this is the
This is
satellite photo
this
they're
was
showing
where
me.
the dais was. This is yes.
Yeah, this is
That's
was it this side? Hold on.
yeah. It was here. It was there. It was there.
Let me try and get my bearing here. 1 second here.
You're
So
in the right.
yeah, this is oh shit.
That's
This
the
was
place.
yeah. So all of this right. Oh man, yeah. So they just so right now this is the current state. I mean, okay, these
I don't know.
pictures look old,
I
but
don't think that's the current state, but
right,
I
yeah.
don't know. I need to confirm. But what
Wow.
I saw on SSK, what do you call this? They on the side of Central Park. Now the opposite near Serena.
Right, yeah.
If you go across the road, just no, yeah.
Is it on the right or left?
You follow the processional and then go to Serena. Just find Serena.
Processionally, this
Yeah, just go
is
there. Just keep going.
mm-hmm,
Now on this, just keep going.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Serena, and then Central Park is on. You go on the right,
On the right.
up and then up. Yeah, here around here.
Oh, there we go. There we
Yeah,
go.
this is Central Park. They've built. I think this is the setting out of. I can see some
Ah,
markings.
right.
I think they were
Yes, yes,
setting it out.
yes. Oh, so
But
this is
here,
where they've put the new skate
I think
park.
this is where they put the park because I can see some setting out marks on the
Yeah, yeah.
ground
I can see
as
some
per
lines
that time
drawn
they
on
took
here as
that
well.
photo.
Yeah. Mm.
So they did some somehow like some pools. On the video I saw
Right.
like
Yes.
some yeah, which is like something. It's welcome in terms of we now have at least one
Mm.
tax payer funded
Mm.
what do you call park for
Public park.
skaters,
Yeah, yeah.
public park for skaters where you can actually go there and skate. And it's good that it's like the efforts of skaters have been like recognized in terms of
Right.
we officially have a monument to celebrate the progress of Kenyan skateboarding.
Yeah.
Apart from them like demolishing Uhuru Park, they at least did something. But also, I had some issue with. I wish they had really engaged the skaters as well in the design
Mm.
because I saw that it's quite. It's a nice. It's a move in the right direction,
Yeah.
but the design in terms of variation of like whatever they've offered on the new park is it's not like there is no that like you it will take skaters would actually use it for a while and need to find go to some place to find a stair,
Right,
find some
right, right.
ledge.
Yeah, all
They
the
would
obstacles that you would
actually
normally
combine
find in
all
a
these
skate park,
things
you
that
couldn't
could
find
have
them here.
even made it a very good park. We welcome the new like that's the obviously this is to be celebrated and
Mm.
we're happy, but I wish that they would have just engaged the skaters
Right.
and we would have like come up with a more like what do you call versatile park that
Yeah.
yeah can you see it well let's see
Yeah.
it
Let me
where is
see if
that.
I can try and find some images of what it looks like today.
Hmm. I
Hopefully,
think
if
yeah.
it can open it.
Hmm.
This site's not even opening.
But yeah, it's good. Like we have something now, a public park. But I wish they would just have like engage like the skateboarders because we would
Yeah.
have a really we would do something like all they would like maybe it will even cost them less
Mm-hmm.
compared to what they used, and it will be more like it will be more suitable to the needs of the
Yeah,
future
yeah.
skaters, and also like the fact that now the skateboarding is in the Olympics. It
Mm.
can be a place where people practice and do all this, like improving their skill.
Yeah.
What is this? I don't know if this, but the Street View can't go there.
Yeah, because the thing is with Google Maps,
Mm.
it's outdated. It's not going to be recent pictures. Obviously, they will
Mm.
be like a couple of months old.
Okay. Yeah, so but
So
yeah, there's that
yeah,
new park. The Uru Park died. But the good thing is like I thought like that would really have a big impact on Kenyan skating. It was like a sad time to have the park, the Uru Park dies demolished. It's
mm.
both historically and skate wise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And
not
then
even just about skateboarding, but like you
yeah,
said,
not just about skateboard, just generally about the Kenyan history,
yeah, yeah.
and then
Wow.
to after that was demolished. I see like it's good that Adam and the rest of the Zamani skate, Adam of Zamani and George and all these guys. I don't know how they worked out a deal with the mall, the management of the mall, Westlands,
Hmm.
because nowadays the place where people skate is the rooftop of the mall. They're allowed
Right.
to. They have been allowed to build some obstacles, and they do events there, and at least they did not have a place where for a moment they were homeless. They
Yeah,
Kenyan
they had a
skateboarding
place that
has
they
a new
could
home.
skate in. Yeah.
Like because I don't know why it's so significant to have a central place where people can skate anywhere, but having that one point where you know whatever day you go to you meet a skater,
Mm,
it's so important for a growing scene like ours. So like
exactly.
now there's the mall rooftop. You check out online, you see a lot of videos coming out of the mall,
Yes.
courtesy
Yeah.
of Samani, Joe, who's this Adam mainly, George assisting, and the rest of the guys. That's really big for us because now Uhuru Park is gone. There's this new park at Central Park,
Mm.
and then there is another street side of to it, which is a de facto headquarter because Uhuru Park was our de facto headquarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now there is the mall, and I think we're making progress despite all that things that have
The
happened
noise
in the
and
recent past about the
yeah.
demolition and all.
Yeah.
I think it's good
Wow.
that even with that, especially like the reinforcement of the idea that skaters now are in Kenya. That like the fact that the city made something for us, that is big.
That's something
Because like I
huge.
would not imagine that when I was 20, 2000 and what, 2005 there, 2006, thinking about skateboarding in Kenya and stuff.
Mm.
And then imagining that at a certain point they would actually use
Yeah. This is through the
our
government now
taxes
has actually built
through
out
the government. That
skateboarders.
this for me is like, yeah,
Yeah,
win.
a win. It is a win.
It's a
Exactly.
win.
Yeah.
And
That's
it could have
amazing.
been a greater win in terms of design, but we just let's celebrate it.
Something to start
Yes,
with. Remember
yeah,
when we started?
that's a step. Let me say quote a step in the right direction.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
at least we know that now they have us in mind to an extent.
That is so true, bro.
But yeah,
Absolutely.
that's the new stuff, like the new from the old park, the issues that we had there, and then Huru Park
Mm.
with the memories and all the great videos. Huru Park was like has all. I think you need to just do a session on when discussing highlight the
Yes, with
Huru
all the
Park.
different tricks and things that we
Yeah,
did at Uhuru Park and all the memories, and
yeah.
of course,
I've been thinking
mm,
with time. I think we'll need to do a documentary, like to just up to like to where we are right now. It would be so good to do a documentary, and
absolutely, yeah,
I think
and we have to
that's a big
document
long
these
term
things so
one.
that we can show it to the younger
Show
generation
it to
and
the
be
world.
like, this is how it used to be. In fact,
Mm.
now it makes more sense now more than ever because we don't even have Uhuru Park.
We don't have Uhuru Park anymore.
So
It's
yeah, the
like
new
it's
people who are
dead,
coming up
and
don't even know what Uhuru Park used to look like. So
yes, people like just thank God we made videos. Wow,
yes, yes,
we shot a lot of videos. Like we
amazing,
did a lot of videos. Yeah,
amazing,
but
man.
that's it on the skate park side and what's going on currently.
Fantastic, bro.
Shout out to all this what you call Zamani, George, and the rest of the
Yeah,
Kenyan
yeah. I
skaters
was just
because
gonna say
it's
last
also they've
words.
become the population of skaters has
Mm,
increased compared to our time, which is
fantastic.
really good. And also the skill level, they are so good. Like
Yeah,
we were skating
I
mostly cruising and doing
yeah,
it.
we were
Right
just
now people
cruising,
are
doing
doing crazy
crazy, and
stuff.
then people are going hard. Exactly. Yeah. So that's amazing, man. Anyway, dude, thank you so much for having me. I mean, this session has been amazing, and as always, we will definitely do more in the future, of course. And really do appreciate your time, bro.
Yeah, it's been good being hosted again by Speedy G himself,
Yes.
the great.
Thanks a lot,
And
man.
it's nice. It's always nice talking about Kenyan skateboarding. And definitely we'll talk again in the future because we can't exhaust. Like we just managed
Yeah,
to
there's
highlight
still
a
a
few
lot to
points
discuss.
here.
Exactly. There's like if we sat here, we would sit here for like 4 or 5 hours and still not even cover half the stuff that we used to do back in the days.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But
thanks
anyway,
for hosting me. I'm
no worries,
grateful.
man. It has been
It
an
was
absolute
nice
pleasure.
catching up,
Likewise,
talking.
bro.
Peace.
Take it easy, bro. I'll catch you in the next one, man.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.
Go ahead.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. I really do appreciate it. Have a fantastic weekend, and hopefully in a couple of hours, I will be having another session with Luno, producer from Star Records. He's going to talk a little bit about what he's been working on and his upcoming projects. So thank you guys for checking out the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Thank you for checking out my content. If you liked what you heard, reach me on Fiverr, where I can make your project sound great. I do voiceovers on any video content of your choice. With a quick response time and high quality audio, I'm certain to set you up for success. Chill Out Records on Fiverr.